Good afternoon, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. It's time for the show. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the record show I went to and met Dave, the VC ambassador. Yeah, met the VC ambassador there, and I seen Beatle Brad and shook his hand, said hi to Beatle Brad. All these big megastars are all at the show that I went to, and nobody even recognized me. So, I mean, I had people asked me who I was and stuff, but they didn't know I was the North Carolina Vinyl Picker. But anyway, I digress. Somebody else says that. I did go to a little thrift store the other day, and I found a few items there. And a couple of these things I'm going to be putting to my store. Oh, speaking of my store, I have a store on Discogs. Yes, a store on Discogs, and it's Big Cheap Vinyl 57. So if you need the last minute Christmas, you only got about less than 2 weeks to get your gift for everybody. And if you're going to buy something for the vinyl picker, then you better get that in the mail as well. So everybody having a good day. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Look at, I found this at the flea market, and I didn't want to leave it there. 8-tracks. People buy 8-tracks. And I have them in my store. And John and Yoko will be going in the store, as well as Johnny the Fox, Thin Lizzy. That'll be going in the store. So if you would like to have either one of those, you can visit my store on Discogs at Big Cheap Vinyl 57. At that same thrift store, community thrift store, huge thrift store, Big Bob's. It's in Valdez, North Carolina. It's called Big Bob's, I believe. Kentucky Woman. These were all $1. I need to go up there and look through these again because I didn't have a lot of time. Thank the Lord for the nighttime. Yeah. So I picked up 2. I like those original Bang and Uni Neil Diamond 45s, if I can find them. So I seen this there, and this thing roached. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think this thing's going to be looking very good at all. I might be able to clean it up in my Humming Guru, but yeah, let me look at it first. So I took a look at it, pulled it out, and it's like minty mint. Minty mint. Who says minty mint? Somebody else in the vinyl community says minty mint. Oh my. There you go. It's roached. It might go in my top 10 of 2024 ugliest covers. That's a good idea. I'll write that one down. This might leap up there. Might even get past my King Crimson record that I got that's roached. But anyway, Boston sounds incredible. It's an OG. I paid $3 for it. That's going in my collection. And I found this there. The lady had no idea what this was. And she said, it was my son's record. I said, oh, okay. She had $10 on it. And I said, can you do anything better than that? Knowing this album's probably worth more, but it's okay. I'm trying to get it for the best deal I can. She says, I take $2 off. So I got it for $8. And it has a bunch of big time artists. Got Joe, what was his name? Joe Beck, not Jeff Beck, Joe Beck. Steve Kahn. Oh my God, he's an awesome guitar player. I have all of his records. So yeah, so when I saw that on the back of there, and I saw that it was minty mint, I didn't want to leave it behind. So I think I spent 8, and 3 is 11, and I spent $1.50 on these 2, 75 cents each when I bought 2. So it was like $10 out the door, just about. Oh, plus the 245s, so about $12. So me and the wife went there, and we had a really nice visit. We hadn't been there in a while, and they got quite a few vendors in there. And they had the 2 guys from Play It Again Music that's in Valdez. They have a really good store at downtown Valdez, a record store if you're in that area. A lot of new records. They got a lot of used too. But the guy that runs it, he was at the Big Jim's there in Valdez, and he was selling his records. And there was several other vendors around that had old records and some 8-tracks and 45s. So then I got a couple things off the internet, and I picked up Marillion Kaylee. I didn't have the 45 of this picture sleeve. Had it back in the day, but it was not in my current collection. The guy said if you buy one, you get one free. So I looked through all the ones he had for free, and I like this album by Paul Simon, Graceland. It's a good album. So they had the 45 there. So on the B side, it's both same, Graceland and Graceland. Yeah, there you go. And then this here, last week I did my top 12 records of the year. And I didn't mention this next album, but after listening to it, I listened to the light side mix. I listened to the dark side mix. I streamed them in my truck. And I decided that I like the dark side mix. So this is what I got. I ordered it. I sold a few things in my store, and I was able to pick this up. So there you go. And I'm going to give this a listen. I'm going to give it to a listen here just in a little bit. So looking forward to that. This album here, if you ask me today, I'd say this is number one now, and Steven Wilson is number two with the Harmony Codex. That would mean somebody has to drop off the bottom. And I've only bought like 12 new albums this whole year, whether it was a CD or it was a vinyl record. The rest of the stuff I bought was used. And I buy probably 95% used records. And if you're just finding out this channel, and thank you for being here. And if you like the channel, you sub me up. And every week I come out with a new show. And we talk about records. That's what we talk about. And then hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell. And that way you'll know what time the North Carolina Vinyl Picker will be on. Is physical media prices continue to rise? Streaming is making a comeback? I don't know. Some people think it is because there's 2 record stores that are close by me that are closing. And I talked to a guy out in Statesville. He was closing his store. So that's a total of 3 now in 6 months that I know that are closing. Is it because there's too many record stores? And put your answer down below. That little Johnny and Mary over there. Write your little notes at the bottom. Yeah. And so there you go. Is the bubble burst on the prices? How much more can they try to squeeze out of us? This was almost $50. That's crazy for a new record. 40 cut at 45 probably, but digital audio cable. I got turned on to that this week. I bought one. One came in, and you can hook up your phone right to with this cable. You can hook it right up to your receiver. Now, there's probably a bunch of people out there that already done this, but I didn't know about it. I got to thought about it, so now I can play anything I want off my phone and then right through my speakers, which is pretty cool. And that expands my collection tenfold. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of bands I listen to, and I listen to a lot of prog. And that brand new cabinet I built is all full of prog. A lot of that stuff I don't have. It's not on vinyl. It's maybe on CD, and if it might be on a CDR. So I'd rather listen, instead of the CDR, I'd rather listen to it through my phone, through my speakers. Or I had it on cassette back in the day. Or I had it on CD, but I've since sold it. So that I can still retrieve the music and listen to it off my phone. And I tell you what, that sounded really good. A little bright though. That's the problem. That's where I think vinyl playing on a nice record player tones it down some and get them lows, and you get all that mid and beyond. But I think the CDs are a little bright, especially the ones I listen to. A lot of them are older, and that they've come a long way with it. I guess it's a SA CD. I don't think I have any of those. So there you go. So check out my channel and sub me up. Now, let's talk about the show. So I met the VC ambassador, coming in at almost 10 minutes. We'll try to wrap this thing up in 20. I met the VC ambassador, met him at the show. I went to Bruegger's Bagels first down in Charlotte. And that's an awesome, but if you're in the Charlotte area, you need to do it. If you're from up north, like myself, then you need to stop at Bruegger's Bagels. And I also went over to Total Wine and More. We don't have any good stores up here in this area where I live that has a wide range of different kinds of beer. So I stopped there. Then I met Dave over down the street, and we Probably went for about an hour and a half looking for records, and I got a huge stack I picked up. We'll go through them pretty quick. I'll try to wrap this up in 10 minutes. And first thing I found there, well, not the first thing, but one of the things I found there was this Pink Floyd 45. And I got it for free. And I'll tell you at the end of the story here how I got this for free. But here you go. Another brick in the wall. Dave said, if you don't grab it, I will. So, yeah, he was looking at that pretty hard. And he got a real nice bunch of records. And the Vinyl Ambassador, like he always does. And we'll be meeting back there in February. Seen this there for $3. Wishbone Ash, Argus. Listen to it. I've listened to this album a few times and tried to get into them, but I heard this is probably their best album, and I still don't really care for it. I think I'm going to put that in the store. I've seen this one there, Coliseum Live. I got this from Greg, the guy that puts on the show. He had a stack of records there, and I went through them and found this one. It's a double album. I think he had $5 on this, and this is a double album of Coliseum Live with the John Heisman and all them guys. David Greenslade. Barefoot Boy, Larry Coryell. I'm one step closer to having all of Larry Coryell's early albums. And I'll be putting them up on my Love Me wall here, all 9 of them here pretty soon. So as soon as I get 2 more, I think I'm missing 2 more. And once I get those 2, then I'll have the first 10, around 10 Larry Coryell albums. And also I have the first 20 jazz fusion albums. And Larry Coryell, of course, is the godfather of fusion. So there you go. Found this there too. ELO's Greatest Hits. This is kind of like a filler. I have all their records up to, I think, Time. And yeah, so this is just something to stick in there and say I have them all. I'm still looking for their first album. I heard that wasn't really that good. Had Roy Wood on that, I think. Klaatu. Found a nice copy of Klaatu there for $5. And I picked it up, and I like this record. I especially like the first song, but I almost like the way the Carpenters did it better. Rod Stewart record. This one here is a repress of the originals. This is his first album, but if you see the album with him chasing kids around a park and he's got a raincoat on or something like that, I don't know. That's what that album looks like. But this one here, I guess they once he got popular, Mercury put it out and repackaged it and sent it out. I think that was the UK one I was talking about. That was the UK press. It was a different cover. And speaking of different covers, I put something on my Instagram this week of showing some different covers. So check me out on Instagram too. You can find me over there, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Unicorn. Yep, this is Dave Gilmour's first band before he went to Pink Floyd and replaced Syd Barrett. Unicorn. He plays slide guitar on here, and he also produced the album. Alan Parsons Project, first album, Canadian press, yellow vinyl. I got this for a really good price. I think he had 15 on this, and he gave it to me for 10. Excuse me. So yeah, it was nice to get that. That's probably like my second or third copy of this album. I don't know. I got a few. I have the 2 different covers. And then I went to a guy over there at the show, and he was down on the right side. And Dave told me to don't leave without stopping by and seeing this guy. And he had this one. He had this one. He had a couple more I'm going to show you. And these were all, he said he sells all his records in his own collection. So when he updates it, so when he gets a better copy than this one, he'll sell his old one. And this album here, I don't see how it's popular to get a better looking copy than this. He had $15 on these. And these are OGs. It's what I like. I don't like new. I like old because I'm old. No. I like this Grand Funk. I know that much. This is their second album. And I'm going to be giving this one a spin also. But yeah, turn it up loud. That's what I say, yeah. So there you go, Grand Funk. Machine Head, another mint, $15 record album. Yep. Everybody knows these records. You don't have to go in big detail about it. If you're in the vinyl community, and you probably know who Deep Purple, Grand Funk, and Alice Cooper are. He had 15 on this one. And this one here's got the money in it. Yeah, it's got the money, the bill in here. It's got the bill. So there you go. And then I only picked this $5. This is one I got from Greg. This was $5. And the only reason I got it is because it has this hype sticker up here. Somebody had taped it on there years ago, but I ain't never seen that hype sticker before. And kind of like Harry, you know, when Harry sees a hype sticker, he's drawn to a moth to a flame, you know. So I'm the same way. Yeah. So for $5, and it was minty mint. Yeah. Minty mint. Oh, man. Whew. Got a few more. What a haul. What a haul. I got the queen. She had to go out and get some groceries, so she left the house for a little while. Yeah. Okay. So he left me here all alone with the dogs. But so far, they're being quiet. King Crimson Islands. This is one I did not have. He had 15 on this one as well. I got to see that guy again. Attention, the Nice. Now this one here I got from a different guy, but I can't remember his name, but he always has 2 or 3 boxes of records there, and they're always really nice records. And I think this one was 15. Anything that's going to be the Nice, I'm going to pick it up. You know, Keith Emerson. Man, I love Keith Emerson. Alice Cooper, I got this one there too. He liked this one too, Killer. This was a brand new record. This is a Friday music record. He had 15 on this. It's the same guy I got the Nice from. I'm not going to pull it out because it's brand new. Has the poster in here too, or the calendar from what, 1972. ELO, Olay, another best of. This is like their second best of album. And this was a nice, this is also just to being a completist for ELO, trying to get them all. And even Xanadu. Well, maybe not Xanadu, but, you know. What a day, huh? What a day. Cat Stevens. Everybody loves a little Cat Stevens. This is called Footsteps in the Dark, Greatest Hits, Volume 2. And this is because I'm a completist with him. And this was the last album I needed to get of Cat Stevens. I have all his stuff now, unless I come up with some weird stuff that I find. But, yeah. And the pick of the day, probably my 4th copy of the very first Psych prog album ever recorded. Days of Future Past, the Moody Blues, the London Festival Orchestra, conducted by Peter Knight. I heard that the London Festival Orchestra was just made up. There wasn't actually an orchestra called the London Festival. That's what someone told me. But this is the German first press. And I have a Netherlands first press, a Holland first press, and I have a US first press. Now all I need is to get the UK first press, which is probably the same plates they use for this, but it'll be a little bit different. It still has that, this side. It has this in the corner, and this is going to sound just fantastic. It's minty mint. So this was $20. This was probably my pick of the day. I love this album, and I can't have enough copies of that, I guess. I don't know. So, what do you think about the bubble bursting? Do you think that records have reached a plateau? You think they're going to go even higher in price? Or do you think it's broke? It's going to start falling back the other way. Let's hope so, because, well, I don't buy too many new ones, but I know a lot of people that do. So, but even the prices, like in the thrift stores and the antique malls and stuff, the prices, even in Goodwill or Habitat for Humanity, you know, they've raised their prices. So everything, it's just across the board. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to going again in February, and then I'll be going to Clemens probably in the spring out to Clemens, North Carolina. So that's all I got for you today. Coming in at 1925. I did it really good, you know. I want to congratulate George Borden on getting 1,000 subs and the 24-hour show. I watched it all the way through. So congratulations, George. Probably don't watch my show, but that's okay. There's plenty of people that do. I had 300 people watch my show last week. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. Maybe somebody will ask me someday to go on a stream with them. We can talk about Prague, or we can talk about records in general. The guy at the record store, the record show, Greg, he told me, you sound like you're an encyclopedia of music. I said, well, North Carolina Picker knows a little bit. Hey, we'll talk to you later, and support them troops out there. North Carolina Vinyl Picker, I'm out.
Film the baby.